right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ascension TV. My name is Rolando, and it is a pleasure to be back here once again, delivering to you guys the messages and meditations of the week. It is such a pleasure to be doing this once again. Every time I sit on this computer is just magic, and I love how everybody has been responding to the videos and what they needed for their week to go accordingly. And for today's forecast, in what is happening right now, there is a strong message coming in, which is letting go of control and not being so critical about what your next step is. Why is this so important? When we are resetting, when we are starting off a new journey for ourselves, it is important for us to always, for some reason, we have calibrated ourselves to always be in the perfection of making things happen. When in reality, nothing is perfect. Nothing can be done right, and only you know the way to make things the way you know how to make things. Why is it important for you to let go of the perfection of whatever is going to happen? Because you are in your growth process. You are in the process in which you must come into a connection that you are just becoming more in tune with what you must do for yourself. And in the process of becoming more in tune, things will not be perfect. Things will not be according to what you want them to be, but you have to be very open to whatever comes into your vortex, into your being, whatever message comes inside of your being, and just follow it without any type of hesitation. Because in the process of you just following what the message that is meant for you, you're going to realize that since you are the only one with that information, if you don't take action, someone else will. We have been programmed to be perfect because it creates a sense of safety within ourselves. But in reality, nothing is safe. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is any of those words. Things are just the way they are. Things are just the way they're supposed to be. But because we have caused such a division and we have created all these vocabulary words that have made us feel like we are safe, it creates a false illusion of what the world really is. It creates a false manifestation to what how the world around you really works. By letting go of the control aspect, what we mean by that is that in the next few days, whenever things are presented to you, it will be easier for you to just flow into it than to judge it for what it is. Why is that? Because it's easier to just flow into it like water than to be rigid and not take action. Because in the action is where you're going to find out if it works or it doesn't work for you. We have been cultured and programmed to question things, which is good. You can question things. But in the questioning, we give ourselves too much time to think over and over and over again about something that we don't even know if it actually is for us or is not for us. And in the process of being in that action is that when we're actually going to start understanding whether that moment in time is meant for you or not. Now remember that this is not something that the ego, the old beliefs that you had before, they cannot intervene into this new horizon. Whatever you knew from before, from the old you, cannot intervene into the new you that you're trying to create and mold. Because you are following a completely set of rules at this very moment in time. You are following your own internal compass, the one that's actually guiding your emotions into what makes you feel excited, happy, nourished, fulfilled, and full of love for what you are doing. Your feelings are the ones that are going to guide you in this process. Your feelings are the ones that are going to actually take you forward into what is meant for you, because it was never supposed to be hard for anyone. When you add your feelings and you back it up with action, that's when things start making sense to you. Because you're following the feelings, you're acting upon those feelings, and them together are driving you, both of those forces are driving you forward to make a better experience for yourself and the experience that you have written for yourself. But how do you get to that? Would you just make it happen? There's no other way for you to make it happen. When you're in the moment, when you're presented with the opportunity, you go on and you take the opportunity. And you have to really come into terms of where the choice of taking on the opportunity is coming from. That's why it's important for you to do your shadow work. When you're taking a new perspective and you're bringing in a new way of thinking into a new age. Because the old set of rules, the shadow that you have created from your past, will no longer serve the one that wants the new soul shadow that is being created. Because at this very moment in time, we're all going through a process that the soul is the one who's becoming more in tune with the physical body. And now the soul wants something new for its experience. And the shadow has to either step back and let the soul take over. So like that the shadow can learn from the soul. If the shadow is not willing to learn from the soul cannot do this alone. They both have to come into a communion for them to really understand each other. And the soul has to understand the shadow. The shadow is what is your safety net. The soul is the driving force that takes you forward and creates more and more and more of your reality. So the soul and the shadow must have such a communion, such a connection, that they work with each other. So the body itself, so all of you, because you are the shadow and you are the soul, all of you can come into a coherence of what you want to experience. There has never been any type of division. We all need each other. Just like we all need each other independently for our own unique skills, we also need ourselves from the inside, with our shadows and our soul coming together to create a new you. And when you realize that your shadow and your soul are both integrated within one being, which is you at your physical. When you understand that those two features, individuals, are you, it is time for you to start calibrating on how to work with each other. How do they both work with each other? How are they both pushing each other forward? Because the more that the soul gives you information, the more that the spirit gives you information, the shadow must be open to integrating that. And that safety net that the shadow has created has to go. There is no safety net. There has never been a safety net. Everything is going to happen when it needs to happen because it has to happen. We humans, we have a very lovable heart. We have a very caring heart. We are very empathic to other people's ways of being. We're very connected to other people in other ways that they are. But how are you going to be able to help out the people that are dearest to you when you haven't even done the same work that falls to you, that is meant for you? You cannot help someone else. Maybe you can. I'm sure you can help someone else. But the moment that the water in your tank is dismissed, the moment that the water in your pitcher is gone, who is going to refill that water? Who? You have to go out of your way and refill your water so you can refill other people's waters. It is an important step when it comes to you creating your new self. In these times, many things are happening. In these times, many of you are in a very confused state of mind with what is happening, with what your inner beings are being guided to do, with the things that you're being presented, with how the world is changing, with how you as an individual are changing. For the first time, we're becoming much more in tune with our emotions, and a lot of things that we have bottled up are becoming more awakened, because it is time for those feelings to rise to the occasion, be cleared, clear out your own human, the one that you possess, the vehicle of your integration, and start a new journey for yourself. In this integration, in the vehicle of your body, you will come into closer alignment with what the soul really wants. The soul is a pure light. It doesn't hold any boundaries. It never did, and it's not going to, because the soul wants to not only understand itself and its own potential, but as a person who wants to be more of themselves, as a person who wants to become more of whatever you've known to be true for yourself, as a person that you have the power to make magic happen. The soul is just adding to your will. And mastering your shadow is extremely important. Mastering your shadow, it is something. It is something that many can do if you're willing to go down the rabbit hole of understanding your own limited beliefs, understanding what you hold to be truthful for you that is not taking you to your next level. And mastering your shadow can bring clearance. Mastering your shadow can bring clearance into what you know hold to be true for yourself. It is not a human's right to stay stagnant, because if the universe does not, you are not in entitlement to stay still. You all have a job, as they will call it here. You all have a place to be, a place to go, something to do, a service to provide, some type of harmonization to do on this planet. But it starts with action. It starts with letting go of the judgment that you have for yourself. It starts by letting go of whatever the first time was. It starts by letting go of whatever is not letting you taking the next step. Words are just words. Emotions are just emotions. Everything has its category, and we are the ones that mold it into one. We are the key that molds all the senses of words and everything we say together based on our heart space. We hold that key of perspective all the time. So you are powerful. But it's up to you to figure out that you can do whatever you like to do because you can. So mastering your shadow is extremely important. We have a course now on my website that is called Identifying Your Shadow. We have a program that is called Identifying Your Shadow now available. And we get to tap into your own nervous system and see what is going on with you. And it's a good time to kind of give yourself the space to connect with yourself. When was the last time that you actually connected with yourself and wrote something about yourself that maybe impacted you? When was the last time you actually wrote something that was a goal for you and you actually achieved it? In this program that I'm launching, I get to really tap into you and give you the permission to let go and be part of something greater. So give yourself the permission to be part of this. Mastering your shadow, coming more in tune with what you want to know, and you're becoming so much in tune with what your shadow is that we're going to start calibrating your shadow in a way that your shadow will think positive things about itself so it can help you in your ascension process. All the information about this, about my website, is on the link down below. If you guys have any questions or a call, we can do a 15-minute call to see what's going on, and then we can just integrate whatever we must integrate in order to you to become more free within your own body. It has been a pleasure for me to deliver this video for you guys. And always remember to have faith in whatever you do. March with courage, because the golden lights are always surrounding you. And always be kind to yourself first, so you're able to project out the kindness the world deserves. And thank you so much.